Okay, welcome again, guys. So now we're gonna go for the second part of this tutorial. And on the second part, we're gonna do the catalog picture. We're gonna submit the product, and we're gonna get it done, which is awesome. Okay, so on the second part, we're gonna start by taking a screenshot, something like this. So how to do this is very simple. You go on Imvu, you pick a room that there's a lot of rooms on Imvu. You can buy one. I'm not gonna show you one, so I don't influence your choice. Just pick one that has a neutral gray background, or it's pretty good for pictures. And then after you do is on your keyboard, you have an option that says print screen, PRTSCN. And you click on that button a few times, and then you come over here. We go back to Photoshop, and then we go on File, New. You can even choose this clipboard of whatever. You can go on Print or Art Illustration, pick this 2000 pixel one, I don't care. And then press Control V, and you're going to get something like that, okay? So after you get something like this, the second thing we need to do is to clean this, okay? So we can start by cleaning the big things, like with selection tool over here. We select and we press delete. Simple as that. So we select and delete. We delete all of those very close to the shoe. Okay, and this black thing over here as well. And now with this deleted, what we can do is we can select this to make sure if we have double monitors, it's nothing happened beside this one. We can just do a right click and layer via cut. And then we delete this and make sure that we only exists. This is the only thing that exists. You can use magic wand, simple as that, if it's a full gray. But if you're seeing that you don't like it, it's losing details, you can come here by select. And you should have a option by color range right here. And you can choose with this picket like that. And you choose, I want to choose this color range, okay? I want to choose this gray, okay? You can raise the fuzziness. This will increase how much it will eat out of the thing. So in this case, we want 0. Don't do fuzziness, okay? And if you want to add more, for example, let's say you have this green and a green darker. You can just click on this plus and add that color as well, okay? Or this one will take the color out, obviously. So click OK. You should select all the green, as you can see here. Looks pretty perfect to me. The image is a little bit pixelated, but that's the same view for you. And then you press delete and voila. Now you click here, deselect, right click, deselect, and now we have our little ready to edit product right here, clean and happy for us. So the second thing we're going to do now for the product picture is we're going to go on File, New, and we're going to make one with, it's 100 by 80 pixels. The orientation doesn't really matter, but I believe, and the resolution is 300. Okay, and then we're going to create, and there you go. This is your catalog picture. We're going to make a new one. We're going to delete this one, and now we're going to go Shift F5. We already know this, and we're going to put this gray right there. Okay, this is how we start. That's how I start. You can choose any background color you like. You can even make gradient. If you don't know what a gradient is, you should go look. It's like this tool over here. And what it does, it pretty much does any color you want. In this case, is white to gray, and you can choose whatever color you want for a gradient, and you can edit that out. And you know, have those kind of effects that sometimes you see on some catalog pictures. But I'm going to use a plain gray. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on the selection tool, rectangular marquee, and instead of style normal, we're going to change this. Of course, don't forget to make a new layer. If you're tired of coming down here, just start using shortcuts. But I don't. It's fine. Whatever you want, shortcut. I'll just go down there and click. Go on select rectangle again. Sorry, and then go on style and put fixed size. As you can have, you have 1 pixel by 300 pixels. Doesn't matter what, as long as it fills the entire board. So 1 pixel is important because the Imvu is pixels. The catalog picture is very pixel wise. For example, let's say 2 pixels. And now if I click, look at that. I get straight line in 2 pixels. That's pretty impressive, huh? You can be as crazy as you want with this, okay? You can be perfect. You can use guidelines. If you don't know what a guideline is, you can just make a guideline. If you come here, show, and you have smart guides somewhere, right? Are they? Why can I not see my guides? Okay, rulers. There you go. And you can go as perfect as you want with this, okay? You can just make it super perfect. and click on the ruler there, you know, before you do it, and make like guides like that, you know, so you are crazy perfect. Yeah, like you can do that. So you get perfect perfect symmetry. Okay, I'm gonna take that out, and now I want to clear my guides. And where is the option to clear guides? Right here, you see clear guides. You can lock them so you can touch them, and then you can clear them right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it without that so it looks more professional. So it looks different, I guess. And I'm gonna click one time right there, and then I'm gonna hold my shift, and as you can see, the plus sign will show up right over there. And then I'm gonna click right there. So now I have two. Now over here, I can click this button and I will invert my selection. Now I can do like this. Okay, and voila. Okay, maybe the top one, I'm just Control Z in here, Control Alt Z, and okay, something like that. Holding Shift always. Okay, I don't remember that. They are different because I didn't use the rules to make it perfect. Okay, but you can do that. And now that I have this selection, I'm gonna click Shift F5, and I'm gonna drop a black right in there. And now if I take my selection out, look how pretty that looks. We already have this pretty cool effect, and you can do this with any kind of effects if you want. You can even rotate this right now and, you know, make it, but as you can see, it's already blurry. So I recommend you doing the guides without moving it too much. It's just pixelated guides, because everything is pixel on this side. Okay, so again, something you can do on this is, you already show you this before. Remember this layer style effects, and for example, you can use a drop shadow to give this effect. You can even put auto glow with the color, almost looks the same. Play with the settings. And what I want to show you is this pattern overlay. You already know what a pattern is, but look what you can do here. You can get some cool effects on those guys if you use your pattern. And the way they are, the angled and the scale, you can get some different results with crazy patterns you have. Okay? Instead of a pattern, you can just use a color overlay. If you want to change the color, by the way, you can change the color of that anytime you want. Choose colors that work together well. Okay, that's why I choose black, because it works well. Okay, you can use all those things. I'm just going to use a drop shadow. Okay, just like that, small dark drop shadow. As I was saying, something about patterns. Instead of doing patterns, you can do it yourself. You can just come here, for example, make those lines, right? Make like a bunch of those, and make a new layer, and just Shift F5 and make a white. Okay, and you can create the patterns like that. Now if you want to remove the excess, you can, of course, you can just tweak this and remove this part, just make a little bit square, or you can just brush it. You know, sky is the limit. I'm just showing this because normally this is a very good design using those lines around the thing. Now the second thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a product right here. We're going to click on here, and then we're going to hold left mouse. We're going to drag over here. We're going to wait, and then we're going to, right there, it's going to be massively big. Okay, so we're going to click on Control T. Okay, and holding Shift on one of those corners, I'm going to pull it out. So by holding Shift, I maintain the aspect ratio of the image, which is what we want. We want them to look exactly like that. So now I'm going to put it in the way that I like it. You can put any size you want. For example, I'm going to make it a little bit like big so I can show you a trick, which is you can add animation to your product like that. I'm going to make it like that. It's very blurry, as you can see, but it's because we are zoomed. Okay, when you zoomed, it looks blurry, but you need to remember that you're watching it like from this range. Okay, as you can see, I hate this gray. Okay, I despise this gray. You can double click here. You can put the color overlay if you want to go back and change it. And I want to, actually, I'm going to use almost a white so it doesn't burn my eyes, just like that. Okay. So what happened here, and why do I leave the part? It looks already cool. It has some kind of look of design. Looks like it's worked, but it's not done yet. Okay. So the second thing you should always do is have your name on your product image. I think it's pretty cool. You can use big letters. Remember, this will only work with big letters if you use the text. There's tricks online you can find to make the letters work well in pixelated environments. Something you should look look into it. But I'm going to show you a traditional way. This is my DS deadly scene, for example. Now I'm just using the DS right there. If I want it to be like that big, which it doesn't look that bad, to be honest, it looks pretty cool. Some things you can do is change the color to call it overlaps with the product, but even if so, you're not getting a good result. What you can do is you can come in on select, make a new layer, and select, I'm going to put this back to normal, and select a square behind it, shift F5 over and over again, put like a gray underneath it, something like that. And on this gray, you're going to put like multiply, okay? And we're going to put the letter on top. So what this does is you can now play with this. Instead of multiply, maybe if you put just normal and you play with opacity just like that, and you can get that window look, right? Looking to a window, but this is pretty much just making your letters look better, okay? Just giving you examples. So I'm just gonna do it like that. And of course, you can always use the same voodoo layer effects. Drop shadow to pronounce better those corners, and I don't know, just play whatever you want. I'm just gonna put maybe a pattern. No, gradient overlay, sure, to make like it shining. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do. Now this should be done. It's a very simple product image, obviously, but looks pretty cool. Doesn't look bad. Maybe with little better letters. That's what I'm gonna show you. You can pixel draw your letters. Okay, you can zoom really close until you see those squares. Again, if you don't see those squares, you can come on view and you can choose this show and pixel grid on. Okay, and now you're gonna use this tool called pencil right here, and you're gonna make sure it's 1 pixel only. It's like a square, and you can draw. I'm gonna make sure I have a black color over here, and you can draw your letters, you can draw symbols, you can draw anything you want. See, just like that. For example, I'm gonna show you just some kind of effects you could do, like those little corners like that, just to make it look stylish, something like that. Or maybe you want to invert it, you can do it inverted as well. Sky's the limit, my friends. And then after that, you can even draw letters like this. You can watch online how to draw pixelated letters. I don't even know what I'm drawing right now. But you can draw the letters like this. Looks more like a face than a letter. I'm going to put everything white here, for example, for the letter, just so it's faster. And, okay, I hate it. I need to turn off my NVIDIA thing. I'm gonna draw a new layer and the pixel, and now for example 2 1, I think it's this way, it's how we do it, and then you do it like oh, I'm doing backwards, okay, whatever. And okay, that's a backwards D. But you get the point. Just flip it. Yeah, don't be careful when you use a transform, because it will blur if you push it. It will destroy the pixel. So when you do pixels, make sure it stays pixel. But just to show you that you can draw pixels, okay? And you can get those pixels drawn very neat. So now, why did I put the product like that and not smaller to fit in there? You can make it bigger so people can look at there, and you can do something called animation. Animate your frames. Well, it's not. So in a way that it moves. And now to do that, you come here, you on window, you activate the timeline, and you create a frame animation. Make sure you click on this and create frame animation. Create frame animation. Now you get this. Okay. So you can put like, for example, 1 second. I don't know. We'll see how much time it is. And now with this, like this, don't change. And then we're gonna come over here, down here, if you see correctly. And you're going to click on this duplicate selected frames. Bang. Just like that. Okay. And on this one, we're going to click the shoes and pull them up. And then we're going to do it again. Another one and pull them more up. And then another one. And now it starts to go like all the way down. You can play around with this. So like if you do small touches like this, and it gets smoother and smoother, the animation. And on this one, I'm going to take it out. And I'm gonna say awesome. Just like that. You're gonna be a little bit pixelated, it's fine. Awesome. So we have awesome showing our boots are amazing. So we have 1 second. Look what happened. Now, oh, by the way, when you create something on you should always create on the first one, okay? So if you turn off here, it turns off all the layers, okay? This is like the master layer. When you do something, always create on the number 1, okay? So when I go back now to height, I can activate and it will not affect the other one, see? Okay, so now we have awesome. We're actually gonna make this awesome blink, so we could just turn it off, turn it back on, because we are awesome. And now if you play, now we have 1 second. It's very small. Okay, I hate it. So now click on number 1, shift, click 12, click down here, and then let's say 0.2 seconds. And now we get like this. Yeah, boy. We have our awesome boots. And now after this is done, we're gonna see this on 100%, so we know what the final result. And then after that, we're gonna click on this little square over here, stop animation. And then now we have this. We're gonna go on File, and now this is where the trick is. You're not gonna export or save as. You're gonna export. Sorry, but if you come on Export, you're gonna have an option here: Save for Web Legacy, and this is what we want. Okay, don't change anything. Colors, make sure it's 256. Gifts 100. This is perfect. Now, if you lose a lot of colors, okay, only if you lose a lot of colors, you can come and change the settings here, okay? But if you look at it and it looks nice, it looks like what you want. You should always use grays, by the way. In blacks, it consumes less, okay? You can put the copyright. It doesn't matter just if you want to, but I mean, if somebody's gonna steal a picture like this, I mean, yeah. And adaptive. There we go. So it adapts to the colors that you're using. So he only uses information that really uses it. He doesn't have like a palette. He only has a palette of colors of what colors you are using in your image. Okay. Now that we have this done, we're gonna save. We make sure here the looping is forever. Okay. And then we're gonna save. And we're gonna save this on our little folder, which is gonna be our shoe 01206, and I'm not gonna put it in any folder. I'm just gonna put it right here, and I'm gonna put cat pick, and I'm gonna call this shoe 01 underscore underline whatever you call it, cat pick. Fantastic. Okay, don't show this again. This is boring. Those files never been completed. Okay, whatever. And we click OK. Now, our product picture is done. We are happy with the result. Now, the last thing we need to do is we're gonna go on the Imvu. We're gonna make sure we have a texture where we did. We make sure everything is ready. And what we're gonna do now is gonna save. Just like that. And then we're gonna upload. Bang. Now on the upload, it's gonna show you you should have different derivation fee, a different markup. You should have different, it can be different, okay, depending on your whatever tier level. And buckle boots, you can come here, you can choose whatever clothes. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it's horrible. They have horrible names. I can never find my names, but whatever. And then you wrap your name, DS awesome boots. For the product picture, you choose the rating. If it's AP or general audience, in this case general audience, there's no sex or anything. Your profit, the profit is up to you. But you should always match the price of the other guys. I think the other guys is around this, I think. So I guess they do 150. You should always match price with everyone else, okay? But if you think it's worth more, it's up to you. Remember to check the total. That's what you're gonna get this. But this is the total of your price. This is what the end user is gonna pay. Now search words, you should put all the keywords you like. For example, boot, sexy, space, sexy, comma, space, whatever your name, the design, creator, derive, if you're making meshes, mesh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the image is just going to click here. And again, we're going to go to our, where we have our cat pick. We're going to select it. And as you can see, we have our awesome cat pick there. And all you got to do now is submit. It's going to go into peer review. You're going to have to wait for peer review. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini tutorial to get your first things done. This is very basic to get you done, to get you started, to get you in there, to get how to move around and make your cat pick, your product, your texture, whatever. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I see you guys on the next ones. And bye bye.